All right. Continuing with track and field, head coach Travis Floeck, Gabby Horton, and Antone Higgins. Coach, first of all, a strong showing for your teams at the RMAC meet, and the two people sitting next to you get to continue on to one more. Can I give us a recap of the RMAC Championships, if you would?
Well, I'll try to be succinct. I was so pleased. I think our whole staff, it was a really phenomenal meet for our program. I think as a coach, anytime you're walking away from a championship meet, it's really assessing how the team competed. And that's kind of what I talked about going into the meet is just how did we compete at the meet, and I just was blown away by how they all performed. They supported each other throughout the meet. I scored the meet out prior to, to form based on the entries, and we exceeded those expectations with the points that we scored. And again, it was just like the way that the whole team walked in and competed. It was this really incredible blend of upperclassmen doing what they're supposed to do, leading, performing at a really high level, and then younger athletes stepping up and handling that moment. I mean, we had freshmen making finals when they weren't supposed to and scoring points. Obviously these two performed at an incredible level. For Gabby to run 24-22 in that facility, which is very tight, it was exceptional. It was just beautiful to watch, and she looked so strong. And then Antone to just hit those jumps that he did. I mean, not only did he hit the mark to get him to the national meet, but the whole series and the long jump was really he was just on point the whole competition. We just had people stepping up. I think obviously I want to mention our two champions at the meet as well. Jordan Burnett, gosh, she's just such a warrior. And to be ranked number 1 in the 4 and then come in and perform the way she did. Unfortunately, she did suffer an injury in the 4x4, but that was a result of her just trying to bring it for her team. And we're just so proud of her. And I know she's going to come back stronger when she recovers from that. And then, it was a pretty exciting moment when Salem Brunk comes out of nowhere. I think he was ranked 5th in the competition and hits this huge jump and is leading throughout most of the competition and held on to be conference champion in the triple jump. That was very special as well. And yeah, there's just people stepping up all around. I think, another one that comes to mind, just a good example of people beating their rank, like I talked about coming into the meet. Addie Kirkpatrick, I think, was ranked 17th in the long jump and gets 6th place and scored. So that was, I was the assistant coaches throughout the meet. They just poured a lot of energy into the whole team. And I just walked away feeling very proud of to be a Maverick and what our team at Colorado Mesa did.
Spud, you were going in probably just a little bit shy of getting into nationals, but getting it done at the conference meet and getting the silver medal there. How kind of gratifying was that, knowing that you kind of had your best of the season there at the end and now kind of some momentum going into nationals?
It's been really fun. Starting off this entire track and field season, it started off on a good note at Western, opened up with a new PR, and then taking that little break and then coming back fresh and getting some training in and everything, and then going to Adams State and then School of Mines and just staying consistent the entire time. And then it was a blessing to be consistent this entire indoor season. This indoor season has been my best season thus far, and the only person and outside of God himself is my coaches and Coach Meek and Coach Reeds and Coach Travis. All of them has been motivating me this entire time. And then going into championships, it was just strictly motivation and them giving me the reassurance to say, hey, you got this. You could go to nationals. Just continue to be consistent, focus, do exactly what it is you need to do to get the job done. You're the best person coming into this meet, and you got to go out there and prove it. So being able to just do that and then just stay holding myself accountable to just being the best version of myself has been the key to my success thus far. And leading into nationals, I will continue to build on what I did at championships and moving forward. It's gonna be great. So stay tuned. Thank you.
Gabby, you also kind of had a great end of the season here. Started off well as well, like Antone. But how special was it for you to get your own school record at the conference meet and then run a qualifying time? Probably would have been in anyways, but just kind of solidified that at the conference meet in the 200.
Yeah, it was cool to beat my own PR since in the 60 since December. I hadn't gotten a PR in the 60 except for at conference, which had put me close to nationals, but ultimately got it in the 200. It was just a fun experience. Like I just love racing against the competition there. Like there's all these amazing athletes to push me to my PR, which got me solidified for nationals in the 200. Yeah, it was just cool, an experience. I'm grateful for it because not everybody gets to go to conference and get the experiences that I have.
Speaking of experience with that, this will be your second NCAA meet, first indoor. But what can you take from last year's outdoor season and kind of relay on to your teammate and coach about how things operate and kind of be the leader almost in that way?
I feel almost as nervous as I did going into outdoor nationals, but I know how it is. It's like I don't know, like I literally like didn't know how to breathe last time. Like it's like so nerve-wracking, but I think I haven't been to an indoor one yet, and I think the facility, since it's like a smaller, like it's not outdoor, it's like a smaller facility, is going to give me anxiety, but I think I have enough experience now to like be able to like calm myself down and be able to like breathe this time maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just excited for the experience and lucky that I even get to go.
See, Antone, are there days when, and I'm guessing the RMAC Championships might have been one of those days when you knew your steps were going to be perfect, you're going to hit the board perfectly for your jumps? I mean, is there just a feeling that kind of comes over you when you know this is going to be a great day to jump?
Well, it starts off at practice first. Me and Coach Meek would usually do a lot of run-ups, like once or twice a week, just to make sure that I'm consistent as possible. Her main thing is consistency and hammering it every single time. During those practices, we do a lot of emphasis on driving and making sure I got my knees up and I'm blocking off the board the right way. And the approach is like one of the key things into a great jump. Usually, I would clap and get that energy moving because I know once the adrenaline is flowing, everything is just gonna line up perfectly. So using the things that I do in practice and just consistently just letting them bleed over into competitions because I'm consistent in practice. I'm like, okay, if I'm consistent here, I'm going to be consistent there. Trust the run up, trust the workouts, trust all of the drills Coach Meek told me to do, and everything's just going to fall in place. And with that being said, it just allows me to be that consistent jumper she's always been wanting me to be.
And Gabby, growing up here, I have to tell you, I covered your dad when he was in high school. I still remember him running. It's like, he is so big. How does he run so fast? I mean, he played football. And did he kind of help you fall in love with track?
He did, yeah. I started running at the diaper dashes when I was 5 at Stoker. And then middle school obviously had to. I was also playing other sports, but I really liked track the most because I was just succeeding so early, especially in hurdles. And then I really started running the 100 in my senior year outdoor. Yeah.
So being a kid from here, is it mean maybe even a little bit more that you are going to nationals, kind of showing that you don't have to go to a huge school and a huge high school to succeed at the national level?
Yeah, I think it's cool that I'm from the Grand Valley at Mesa going to nationals, one of the top in the country is crazy. You don't have to be from some big Denver school to go to nationals. Yeah.
So for all of you getting ready for nationals, it's a very small band going, but what at all is it more now just kind of a mental preparation? Because you're not going to learn how to jump farther or run faster this last week. Is it all a mental preparation for you guys now?
I'd say yes. Physically, me and Gabby know that we can do great things. especially putting Mesa on the map already, qualifying for nationals. So making sure that your mental is ready to get there and go there and hammer, and trusting the workouts and trusting everything coaches have been saying, is repetition is awesome, you know. So just making sure you're mentally ready to go there and do the best that you can is the drive. Is all of the drive that we need. Physically, we know we're capable. So yeah, mentally is for me is the one thing that I'm preparing for right now. So yeah, I'm ready for it though.
I think that was for me too. Even before conference, coach was telling us that we're not going to get any faster now. It's just like all about our mental, which really helped me a lot because I PR'd at conference, which shows that I can be getting faster. Yeah, it's just about trusting yourself and like trusting who you are as a runner or jumper.
I would just add, yeah, they're physically ready to go. They're exactly where they should be, and listening to them, I know they'll be exactly where they need to be mentally. From a coaching staff, I mean, it's just a matter of like when you go to the national meet, trying to get across that, like being there the whole time. We're part of the winter festival. This is really a celebration of their achievements when we're there. So they're going to be able to breathe, and they're going to be able to do their best. Obviously, we want to go there and do our best, but there's a lot of the times, especially with like track and field, where there's a lot of anxiety with just trying to qualify, making sure you're in the top 18, and you have that from week to week. So when you get there, we just really want to like soak it in and enjoy it. And I think that'll be a big message from us.
I mean, guys, with how good the RMAC is in track and field, do you guys kind of take that conference championship as okay, here's what I need to be able to do to win at national, since a lot of those people at that RMAC tournament will be national champions just a couple weeks from then?
Yeah, I think just like racing and like seeing the times, although I know I shouldn't look at the times going into conference because I feel like it messes me up, like gives me even more anxiety. But like Ashley Barrett, she was running a crazy time in the 60, and all I wanted to do was just like stay with her because I knew if I stayed with her, then I would make it to nationals. In the 60, and I was really close. I got in at 19th, and then by the end of the weekend, it was lower, which I was fine with it because I was already in for the 200. Yeah, so I think just like if you're up there with the competition in RMAC, like you're gonna go to nationals.
And Gabby, you were chasing her down in the 200 too. Like if you watch that race, it was just that like competitive spirit that she had that really carried her through the finish in the 2, trying to beat her. So,
And for me, for long jump especially, for every like meet that we've been to thus far, RMAX is the place to put your best foot forward whatsoever. Yes, you've done everything you can throughout the season before, but and to be like, I was ranked 22nd, and moving into like RMAX, I was like, okay, I understand what I need to do now, and this is how I need to do it. So the mental aspect of it was the first obstacle I needed to overcome. And once I've broken that barrier, I was like, okay, it's go time. It's game time today. If we want it that bad, we have to put ourselves out there and just get there and do it. And it was still a learning experience for me because I scratched a major jump. So I know that I'm capable of far more. So taking all the notes from that RMAC championships into nationals itself, I know exactly what it is that I need to do then. I got to make sure I drive out hard. I got to make sure I block right, make sure I don't reach for the board, make sure I land right. All of these things are things that I've been taking into account since RMACs. And I'm just replaying these jumps over and over and over in my head just to make sure I don't mess up. So yeah, I'm ready.
Question of the week, off topic a little bit. A obscure or rare food you may have eaten sometime in your life, and a little bit of a backstory of how that came to be.
Well, I'm from the Bahamas, and we have this thing we call a conch salad. It's basically a sea snail that we dice up, and we put lime and onions and different type of herbs inside of it. You can make it tropically. You could put it in pickle juice, and you could make like a pickle conch salad. So that's probably one of the most bizarre things I've ever eaten. It's really good. It's high in cholesterol, but I don't care. I love it. I love it.
I'm sure there's a lot in all my years that it's probably a little weird, but the one that's just coming to mind right now, I mean, I've had rattlesnake on more than one occasion. Just, somebody ran one over whatever it might be up on Steens Mountain in Oregon. And when you have that opportunity, you fry them up, and yeah, so it'd be rattlesnake.
Mine isn't very out there, but lobster. I was in the Bahamas last summer for just vacation, and my family and I, we went on this like boating tour. We went to go catch lobsters, and yeah, then we brought it home. It was just like a good experience. Like, I don't know, I haven't really had a whole lot of like foods like that, but I don't know, it was cool. Yeah.
Congrats on your success and good luck next week.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.